Sovereign AI Series, Episode 5, Series Finale, The UK's Critical Window. Why Britain Must Act Now or Become an AI Taker. 4 episodes, 6 superpowers, 8 nations, hundreds of billions of dollars, euros, reals, and rupees committed to the most consequential technology race in history. And now, the episode that matters most to this audience, the United Kingdom. Britain has genuine world-class strengths in AI, a research ecosystem anchored at Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial, and Edinburgh that is among the deepest outside the United States. DeepMind, ARM, faculty, Wave, a track record of producing AI companies and AI researchers of global significance. And the Bletchley Park AI Safety Summit of 2023, which positioned the UK, briefly, as the convener of the global conversation about what AI should be. But here's the honest question this series has been building toward. Given everything we have seen, the $500 billion American Stargate, the $140 billion Chinese state investment, the $100 billion Gulf commitments, the surgical precision of Singapore, Japan, and Canada, where does the United Kingdom actually stand? The $500 billion American Stargate, the $140 billion Chinese state investment, the $100 billion Gulf commitments, the surgical precision of Singapore, Japan, and Canada, where does the United Kingdom actually stand? And is the window still open, or is it already closing faster than anyone in government is willing to say out loud? Let me start with what is genuinely real and genuinely world-class about the UK's AI position, because too much commentary either overclaims or underclaims, and neither serves anyone well. The Research Foundation is extraordinary. The UK is home to a world-class AI research community that has produced some of the most important breakthroughs in modern AI history. DeepMind, the Google-owned London lab that pioneered AlphaFold and AlphaCode, remains one of the most cited AI research institutions on Earth. ARM Holdings, headquartered in Cambridge, designs the chip architecture that powers the majority of the world's mobile devices and is increasingly central to AI inference at edge and data center scale. The Sovereign AI Fund, launched in April 2026, provides startups with access to the UK's AI research resource supercomputer network, offering up to 1 million GPU hours. The fund operates similarly to a venture capital firm but with state backing, offering equity investments ranging from £1 million to £10 million, alongside fast-tracked visas for global talent and assistance navigating government procurement. The first procurement competition launches this month, July 2026, with contracts worth up to £5 million per project across focus areas including scientific discovery, health and social care, national security, cybersecurity, transport, energy, and public service delivery. And the AI Safety Institute, established in the wake of Bletchley, is now one of the most credible AI governance institutions in the world. Japan's second AI Basic Plan explicitly called for Japan to collaborate with the UK's AI Safety Institute as part of its international governance strategy. When a nation as deliberate and precise as Japan cites your institution as a partner in its own sovereignty plan, that is a genuine signal of institutional credibility that no amount of marketing can manufacture. Now, the honest picture, because the challenges facing UK sovereign AI ambitions are as real as the strengths. Challenge 1. Scale. At £500 million, the Sovereign AI Fund's scale is modest compared to international programs. France has committed €109 billion. The UAE and Saudi Arabia are deploying $100 billion. £500 million is a meaningful signal of intent. It is not a competitive scale of investment. The fund is building companies, not compute, but it means the UK is betting on growing companies that will use other people's infrastructure, rather than owning the compute those companies depend on. Challenge 2. Talent. The UK faces its most acute and most immediate challenge in talent retention. Senior AI scientists at US companies command total compensation of $500,000 to $1 million. UK equivalents, even at well-funded London startups, typically earn £100,000 to £200,000. The UK produces extraordinary AI researchers. Oxford, Cambridge, and Imperial are feeding the global AI talent pipeline every year. The problem is that the majority of that talent, at the point of maximum commercial value, leaves for San Francisco, for New York, for the compensation packages that the UK ecosystem, even with government support, cannot currently match. The Sovereign AI Fund's fast-tracked visa program is a useful intervention for bringing talent in. It does not close the compensation gap that is pushing homegrown talent out. Challenge 3. Enterprise adoption. UK enterprises remain heavily reliant on US-controlled technology infrastructure. The real challenge is the absence of a systematic program for established enterprises. The Sovereign AI Fund invests in startups, but the majority of UK GDP comes from businesses that are not startups. Bridging that gap, helping established UK enterprises evaluate, procure, and deploy AI effectively, requires a program of scale and reach that venture capital alone cannot deliver. Here's the honest case for what the UK must do, not in 5 years, not in the next parliament, but now, to make the AI maker ambition real rather than rhetorical. First, match the signal with scale. The UK needs to be thinking in units that are genuinely competitive with the nations it is benchmarking itself against. The Stargate partnership model, public-private co-investment at infrastructure scale, is worth studying carefully. The UK has pension funds managing over £2 trillion in assets that could be mobilized around a similar framework if the governance structure is right and the commercial return is credible. Second, own the compute. The most exposed dependency in the UK's current sovereign AI position is compute infrastructure. The UK needs to be thinking about data center infrastructure at scale, powered by the clean energy that Scotland and Wales can provide as a long-term sovereign asset, not as a cost to be minimized. As infrastructure, the same way the national grid, the road network, and the broadband rollout are infrastructure investments that underpin everything else. Powered by the clean energy that Scotland and Wales can provide, data centers should be seen as infrastructure, the same way the national grid, the road network, and the broadband rollout are infrastructure investments that underpin everything else. Third, solve for enterprise adoption. That requires a complementary program of enterprise enablement, standards, procurement frameworks, and sector-specific use case development. Fourth, protect and leverage the safety advantage. The UK's AI Safety Institute is a genuine global asset that is currently undermonetized as a commercial and diplomatic advantage. It must be resourced, protected, and actively leveraged, not treated as a regulatory burden or a constraint on commercial ambition, but as the most credible differentiator the UK has in a world where every nation is asking, who do we trust with AI? The Bletchley legacy is a form of sovereignty that no amount of compute investment can buy quickly. It is the most credible differentiator in a world where everyone is asking, who do we trust with AI? Here is the most important thing I want to say as the series closes. The window is open, but it is not open indefinitely. The nations moving fastest in sovereign AI are moving fast because they understand that the infrastructure being built today will define the competitive landscape for a decade, possibly for a generation. Every year the UK waits to make its sovereign AI investment at competitive scale is a year that other nations are compounding their advantage. The US, UAE, France, Canada, Japan, and Singapore are all moving. The UK has the research, the safety credibility, the institutional framework, the talent pipeline, if it can be retained, the rule of law, and the regulatory reputation that makes it a trusted jurisdiction. What it needs now is the conviction to match ambition with capital, the urgency to act while the window is still open, and the honest acknowledgement that being an AI maker, in a world where every nation with serious intent is moving at this pace and this scale, requires a fundamentally different level of commitment than what has been announced so far. The Prime Minister said AI maker, not AI taker. It is the right ambition. Now the country needs to fund it at the scale the ambition requires. This has been the most important series SCircle has produced. 5 episodes, 16 nations, one defining question: who will own AI? And what does ownership actually mean in a world where no single nation controls the full stack? The answer we have arrived at across these 5 weeks is not a single winner. It is a set of choices about where to be sovereign, about which layers to control, about which alliances to build. The nations that answer those questions clearly will shape what comes next. The ones that produce policy documents and wait for the private sector to fill the gap will be shaped by those who don't. The UK has everything it needs to be an AI maker. The question, and it is the most important question in British technology policy in 2026, is whether it will act like one. Thank you for following this series. This is SCircle. Subscribe and tell me in the comments, which country should SCircle decode next?